Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar regarding baseball communications in Major League Baseball front offices. This webinar was put together by Gabriel Coburn, Dalton Daly, and myself, Blake Kaplan. To introduce our topic, we'd like to start with how the communication tree of Major League Baseball front offices actually work. So in order to run a successful baseball organization, effective communication skills and order of communication must be followed. It's normally from top to bottom, not bottom to top, even though everyone in between is equally important. MLB front offices are expected to balance communications with presidents, general managers, club managers, assistant coaches, and players. Every team has every one of those individuals. Now going from the top of the league to the bottom of the league, the order of operations for communications would go as follow. League commissioner, that's obviously the head of Major League Baseball. Team presidents, club general managers, the scouting bureau, head coaches, assistant coaches, and organizational players. That's entry-level players, players that were just drafted, and everywhere in between single A level players and Major League Baseball level players. So moving on to the operation of an MLB front office, what do they actually do? What is their day-to-day plan? So all 30 teams in Major League Baseball have what's called a front office. The front office is pretty much responsible for everything other than playing the game itself. So some of these responsibilities by these individuals, there's thousands of jobs that revolve in the front office organization. Some of these responsibilities would be communicating with other teams, communicating with minor league teams regarding player development. Maybe there's been a player that's been performing really well, so they're going to call him up to a higher level of the organization. Then you have people that have to communicate to manage salary caps to make sure that you're staying in ordinance with Major League Baseball and their rules, managing trades, and talking to scouts across the country and even some college coaches regarding future recruits for your organization. Then we'll move on to communication between teams. Sometimes this is an ideal that gets overlooked, although this is a big part of Major League Baseball. So every club will have what's called a position that a person will obtain. It's called the Director of Baseball Operations. That will be their job title. This person's responsible for everything, but not including to talking to visiting teams regarding travel, hotels both in their city and on the road, where the team's going to eat throughout the series, wherever they're playing, report times to the field. They have to have a certain time set for what they're doing before the game, during the game, and after the game, talking to the media, when the players are going to be talking to the media, if they will be talking to the media, and this is a big part from both sides of the organization.
Communication with sponsorships. The MLB has 37 sponsors in total. These include big names like Gatorade, Chevy, Geico, and Taco Bell, just to name a few of them. These sponsorships contact the MLB and they set up their sponsorships with them in that way. Each team may have different independent corporate sponsorships who differ from other teams. So local businesses may have a sponsorship on the team, such as a smaller restaurant compared to other teams in their town. A PR crisis with the MLB front offices. Crisis management is a critical organizational function. Failure can result in serious harm to stakeholders, losses for an organization, or ends in very existence of the program. Public relations practitioners are an integral part of crisis management teams. An example of this is Tyler Skaggs, a pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels. So he passed away last year. The information about his death was withheld till the family came out about the cause of death. So the reason they withheld this information was because it was drug related and they didn't want a bad look for the MLB, so they waited for the family to come out about it. So that's a perfect example of the PR crisis. Communications between MLB teams and league officials / commissioners. So when new rules are put into play, MLB has to communicate with these officials of the league. So for baseball example, it's umpires who judge the game. So if they make new rules, they have to communicate it with them to make sure that they're making the right calls. A big example of this right now is the automated strike zones. They have tried this in a few leagues over the fall, and people have their own opinions about it. But this is when someone tells the umpire if it's a ball or a strike. So the umpire will have a little head or an earpiece, and someone will tell him whether it was a ball or a strike. Another example is in recent years, the new trend is reviewable plays. Reviewable plays are when a major league team thinks the call can be overturned. So say if it's an out call at first base, a team can review it, and the reviewers are the head MLB office in New York, and they review the call and give the umpires the right call.
Communication with players' agencies is another huge aspect that goes with the front offices. The Major League Baseball Players Association, otherwise known as MLBPA, is the sole and exclusive bargaining agent for all Major League Baseball players and individuals preparing to negotiate a Major League contract. Only MLBPA General Certified Agents may represent or advise a player in negotiating the terms of a Major League contract, and only MLBPA Limited Certified Agents may recruit or provide client maintenance services on behalf of a General Certified Agent. You do not need MLBPA certification to represent a player in the amateur draft. However, an international amateur player negotiating a minor league contract and signing bonus, or a non-40-man roster player. Front office communications with fans. This aspect, with regards to the fans, the front office communications office branches throughout each Major League Baseball team, which means each team has their own website that gives the fans the opportunity to learn more about their program and find answers to all their questions, including stats, schedules, and tickets. It also gives the fans the opportunity for the purchase of merchandise and or other objects that they're interested in with regards to their favorite MLB team and or player. And this is our reference page.